You are now tuned in to the Breaking the Bread podcast. Positive vibes, infectious discussions, and an open conversation on various topics.
What up, BTB Family? Welcome to another installment of the Breaking the Bread podcast. It's your boy Kamal, Camilla, Tommy, and EJ. Just want to say welcome to another installment, and shout out to our cameraman JC. Shout out to Mark, who's unable to make it today, and we hope that y'all are doing well. So what up, family? How y'all doing?
Oh, Gucci, baby.
Gucci.
Hold on.
That's good. Y'all, how was y'all's New Year? How was your New Year? Actually,
Why?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah,
first.
thank you. Happy New Year to
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
New Year.
Happy New Year, BTB. Happy New Year to the internet world.
So how was your New Year?
Internet.
How was your New Year? What did you do?
Yo, I don't understand why does everybody look at me, especially you. Why?
Why
No,
did I do?
Why? You know what? Just for that? No. How was your New Year's, EJ?
Listen, I had a good New Year's. Don't put the spotlight on me, though.
Okay. Honestly,
But I kicked it with some family. It was nice. It wasn't quiet. I was with some of my Thai family. It was nice. It was cultural. What about you guys?
How was your New Year?
You see, anyways, yo, my New Year's was okay. I brought in New Year's, the countdown, I brought it in with my mom.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, because every other year before that was kind of like on the road kind of thing, so I'm like, you know, it was a new decade, new type of thing, like, you know, let me start off the new decade pretty with my family, you know what I'm saying? My mom's the only one, well, I have my family, you know what I'm saying, my BTB family, but my mom's the only, like, blood family I have really here in the city, right, in Toronto with me right now, I mean, so I brought them with her. After that, 12 o'clock hit. Went downtown to our city, I'm saying, popped up all the champagne that is called in the New Year, you know what I'm saying, kept it low key, really.
That's
Really
really
happy, you know
good.
what I'm saying, just really chill.
So you and Miss Camilla?
I spent my New Year's Eve working.
Mm.
So I worked in the morning. I worked in the morning, too. But the thing about working in the morning is you get to make some money and then you get to go party at night. Oh, yeah. But then I ended up working at night. I ended up decorating my friend's warehouse for a New Year's Eve party, so I got paid as well to do that.
Okay.
And then, yeah, just kind of chilled and seen the aftermath of how the place looked and everyone enjoying it. Because I kind of like seeing everybody just like enjoying
Yeah,
the
like the-
decoration.
yeah.
Like
The
I
food
got
to
so
relate
much, I loved it. So I
yeah.
stayed and watched the wall. Oh my God, how'd you build this wall? Oh my God, how'd you do this? And I was like, oh, I was explaining it, but like no one really listening because they're all drunk. But like I enjoyed it though. It was good. It was a good way to start the new year off working, making money, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Come on,
For
be in
me,
church.
That's for life.
I was gonna be like church.
No, I was not.
Oh, It's gonna be
No,
It's gonna be so exciting. Here it is.
I know, right? Surpass everybody. Every should have passed everybody, so he was the last one. So how was it, Kamal?
Yeah,
How's
crazy.
your
What'd you do? You got there?
I didn't.
What?
I didn't
Kamal
get
getting
church.
turned.
Unfortunately, I
The world's
was
ending.
not at church. The past few years I've been at church. Last year I wasn't at church. This year I worked New Year's Eve. I worked Raptors New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So the Raptors won, so that was good.
Yeah, that was a big game.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
rang into New Year's with the Raptors.
Raptors.
So the Raptors didn't want to
Coming
boys.
again for playoffs. Feel me?
But to be honest, I rang in the New Year on, for me, a positive note. Like I was working, like I was at home and I was writing movies and things like that, right? And that's the tone I wanted to set for the New Year. So I was at home just writing and just getting ideas down and trying to work on a script.
It was a
So
blast.
that's how I started the year, you
Shut
know.
up, EJ.
Yeah.
Why are you such an asshole?
Nah, for me, it's one of those like I have my mindset where it's like
Yeah, I
this
feel
this decade and where I'm headed. Like
Yeah.
I'm 23 now,
He's
so for
focused.
me
It's good.
it's Jordan year, right?
Right.
And what did Jordan do? He went out and he got championships, right? So this is kind of like the championship year. It's like I gotta go and do what Jordan did, right? Set records.
Oh,
and,
that's a pretty high
So-
expectations yourself.
Yeah. That is
so-
a very high expectation.
so it's one of those like I wanted to start off on a good note. So while everyone is out partying and enjoying their time, it's like yo, I'm working because I know China's 12 hours ahead. They're already in 2020.
True.
Right? So it's like my competition, they already got a jump on whatever it is that they're doing. So
Yeah.
like, why not ring in the new year working while everyone else is out partying and enjoying their
I
time
feel you, I
or
understand.
sleeping or whatever. So that's how I started it. So like jumping off that, what's y'all's New Year's resolution if you have any?
I was just about to ask that question too. I was like, I can't wait for him to finish his statement.
Oh.
Do you have any? Does anyone have any?
Make this year better than the last, and then the next year better than that, and the next year better than that, and then the next years until Done. Yeah. To make this year better than the next year, man.
I have to quit the job that I'm currently at.
Quit.
I made that one of my resolutions.
I'm gonna quit. Can I help you quit?
Is that how you feel?
I don't want to pull anything. I don't want to make us. I want to have a legendary exit. I don't want to I'm trying to have an easy exit.
I don't believe if somewhere, I believe if you're not somewhere happy, like a job should not be.
That place is miserable.
Yo, I'm trying to have a casual exit from a job like that.
You are not a casual person. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
You are with the dramatics. You are with the dramatics. So stop. Don't do that.
I feel like you need to tone it down.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I'm growing as a
Toning
person.
it down.
No.
You
I
have no
don't
faith in
believe-
me.
I have faith. I have faith.
I'm not saying I have no faith in you. I'm
man.
saying I just when you hate something so much, I feel like you can't stop yourself. And that's how I feel.
That's what he's passionate.
He's passionate.
You're-
And I love that. You're passionate.
But here's the thing, what passion runs right, I feel like I'm getting in a place where, you know, my emotions are starting to settle and it's like, things aren't as new to me as they once were. So it's like, when you start seeing patterns and like, you're smarter than certain situations. So like stuff that bothered me like a year or two ago, or stuff that I didn't know about, like, yo, when you're babyface, especially like in the city, it's like, there's a lot to navigate through.
Did you hear the story of him quitting his last job?
Finish up. About how
I did it
resolution? What's your
fast.
resolution?
Oh, sorry.
You gotta
Off
quit your
track.
job.
I have to quit the job I'm at because it's very toxic, it's very draining, and I lose myself being there. Pardon?
I'm getting quit quietly.
Oh no, I would talk quietly, but I want to leave them missing me, like realizing they lost something, kind of thing.
I hear you.
Secondly, I want to get more into my field and my other, like my passions. So like I have businesses I don't focus on because I'm so focused on paying bills and this and that. So I want to get more invested in that. And just being better in health, not just losing weight, but more just eating healthy, taking care of my body more, just doing more things for myself. Being a little bit more selfish, less selfless.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Huggins?
Huggins. Mr. Huggins.
Yeah, I mean,
Sir.
for me, I don't really have a New Year's resolution. Like my New Year actually started right after my birthday. Like as soon as I turned 23, my New Year started. Like I don't wait for a calendar to tell me to turn the page, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
I kind of like,
My birthday is when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, it's like almost like a new year. You know?
So for me, right now, it's like it's continuing what I started back in the last 2 months of 2019, or when my birthday hit. It was like, so for me, it would be just be consistent and just get stronger and better at what I'm doing now, and just try and just build connections, but then also work on my craft. That's all it is, right? They say it takes 10,000 hours to build your craft. So it's literally just putting in the hours and then just working smart and just building upon what I started. So for me, that's literally what it is. What about you?
Chef Louis.
Oui.
I'm part-time chef, guys. So for me, I have a lot of things that are going on. So I have school endeavors. I have a lot of question marks around that. So I want to be strong in making sure I know what I want to do for my future, my career. Making sure that's my plan B, because I want to have businesses, but I want to have a solid income there that in case I do need an income coming in, I have that as a plan B, even plan C. So, school, probably trying to clean up my diet. I eat a lot of fast food. Like, you go to work and you're busy.
Need something quick.
So I'm trying
quick,
to start.
fast, cheap. Yeah.
I'm trying to start pre-planning my meals.
Oh, real shit.
Yeah, like going and getting like plastic containers that you could reuse, like 7-day containers where it's like I'm portioning out my meals. Just like a grown, mature, like version of myself.
You need
Yeah.
that.
Meal preppers.
Because I wanna
Candy, just
start.
grab and go.
I ain't gonna save a lot of gula.
Exactly, and it's like I want to start approaching the point in my life where it's like, I know a lot of people struggle with being organized, but I try and take on challenges that help me grow as a person.
Yeah.
So organization is a big thing for me this year. So it's like I want to be the most organized version of myself.
I feel that.
I like that.
I mean, we all got our New Year's resolution and what it is that we want to do. So now my question is, because everyone says New Year, new me, right? So for me, it's like
same me every day.
So for me,
been the same for the last 10 years.
So my question now is, with all these goals and plans that you have for the new year or the new decade, what have you implemented any plans to keep you accountable towards achieving those goals?
Accountability? My happiness, that's my accountability.
My bank account.
I feel, yeah. That and my happiness. I'm not happy.
I keep looking at a bank account. I'm like, alright.
For me, I feel like my gauge is gonna be my happiness. If I'm not feeling centered, or if I'm not feeling like where I need to be or whatever, that's gonna be, I feel like my accountability, my comfort. But that's a fair. But I'm trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable though. So comfort.
You're trying to get comfortable with being uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's the thing, because I'm trying to like almost in a sense, because I feel like about the whole evolving thing. That's unpredictability. I feel like that's unpredictable. So it's like, shake up things.
So I wanna to that statement. Like I feel like 2020 for me is a big transitioning year. Like I feel like for me, like I feel
you still.
Because it's like for me,
I'm pop big on it.
This is my big transition into adulthood. I feel.
Yeah, you're young. You're like 23, 22.
I won't give an accurate statement.
Oh, sorry, camera. Sorry for the ladies. My bad. Sorry, ladies.
So yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
I'm like 27, but
I didn't wanna.
Long story short,
sorry.
This is me merging into adulthood.
I know I'm not biggie. Nosy. Sorry. Don't watch that beer DMs coming. No worries.
Listen. Hear me. But what I wanted to say was, I forgot what I wanted to say. That's the point. That's what I meant to say.
So what you guys trying to say is like, are you trying to say that you don't value accountability?
Oh, I value.
No, I do value
it.
But you're not gonna put like.
No, I feel like that's
Here's what I think. I feel like every new year everyone sets these goals and expectations for themselves, and then what happens is we go through different life experiences and different hurdles and different bumps, and then what happens is we don't. Pardon?
No, they say you don't account for things.
Absolutely. So you don't know what's gonna happen, and then you end up losing track of what you thought in the new year. So then by the end of the year you feel bad about yourself, but you're taking that there's things that happen to people, and you can't expect what's gonna happen in 2 months.
Even recently I went to my mechanic and he's like, I have so many clients, but I can't deliver on any of my services because the people who I hired, they're not capable of performing the job, and the people who come here just come in, try and take the job for granted, and they don't display the want to learn. It's like people come in and they don't want to take anything away from the job. It's like at least come in with the intention, try and take something out of it, and then try and expand.
I like that though, because I'm a person that doesn't regret anything. So I take something out of every situation.
Yeah, and
that's how I live. Yeah.
For me,
I try to.
Anything I've done, either it relates to me growing as a person, and for me cooking. When I got into cooking, I couldn't boil rice. So.
And you can boil rice, fam?
As a kid, yeah.
He couldn't butter bread, fam.
Well,
I know because I can't boil an egg.
No.
So
Yeah, tell this guy to shut. Come on, man. You really.
I don't know how you can't cook. I'm sorry, I'm not such a motivated.
No, sometimes it's
you're clueless. If you don't do it,
you can't survive. I know guys that used to stay home and not eat nothing.
Yeah, but to get back on track.
Sorry, go back on track.
Just to get back on track.
Back to the point.
It's one of those, I totally agree with what he says about accountability, right? And I feel like when it comes to New Year's, I hear this every single year. New year, new me. New year, new me. Right? And people set all these goals.
I hate that.
And it's one of those, I feel like if you place that accountability person, if you have someone who holds you accountable to those goals, I feel like you'll be able to achieve them. And like you said, life does happen, but here's the thing, life happens every single day, right? Anything can happen at any unexpected moment. But I feel like if you have that accountability partner there, or whoever it is for you, they will keep you on track. Even if life does happen, it's I know this happened or whatever, but this is your goal. Stick to it.
So you're saying make goals and Not like a group, but like
Well,
make
that's
somebody
the way
hold
to
you
hold
accountable.
You just have someone hold you accountable, whether it be like your spouse or your partner or your
That'd be
best
smart.
friend or whatever, or your brethren,
Yeah.
right? Like for me, it's my mentor, who's literally my youth pastor, right? Like he called me today, he's like, so yo, what's your goals for 2020? How are you gonna achieve that? What steps are you gonna take to get one step closer to where you wanna go? And he's like, I challenge you by Friday, get back to me.
I have a question for you guys.
So,
Where do you guys see your guys' selves at the end of 2020?
At the end of 2020?
At the end, like the last day you're looking at the next year.
Mm.
Because that's how I always like picture my shit. Because it's like when you really start talking about what you want to do, it's like people talk a bunch of bullshit and say, hey, I'll do this and I'll do that. You know the current pace of how you're moving in life. What do you think you could do to get to the point where you want to be at the end of the year? And even if you broke that up into like portions of the year, what do you see yourself accomplishing by the end of the year?
I see myself in the year getting closer to the goals I've already set out. I've already established.
Do you know any of what any of those are?
Oh, 100%. I don't want to say my goals on like.
I don't want to say like, is there any abstract ones where it's like, okay.
Like for instance, like okay, I want to be able to bring in another income into my household.
Okay, so
Okay.
build another passive income.
Build another passive income into my household. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I see myself at the end of this year building that. You know what I'm saying?
That's something I want to do as well.
Like I'm not like you know what I'm
That's
saying?
why, like, big up to
it
that.
has to. Like you already done.
Is it weird that I want to say I want to have multiple sources?
Oh,
By the end of the year. That's how
100%.
I want to have not
That's
only one source. I want to have a few of them.
Yeah, but it
building
takes one,
at the end of the
it takes,
year.
yeah,
But
for
a
sure.
passive, so a passive income is a form of like, when you start accumulating passive incomes,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you start reaching the boundaries of, taking on what maybe a millionaire is.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it with just one.
what do you mean by passive income?
Passive income is when it's not, you've grown the business is running itself.
You don't have to really be that.
No, because
It
it,
doesn't have to really be a
Not
business.
necessarily, that's not what I was
Passive income doesn't really have to be under a business. You know,
I feel-
passive income goes under like a stream of revenue, doesn't really take time from your
I
day.
just
That's
want
collective.
sources.
That's
That's passive
what do you
income.
mean by
I just
multiple
want
sources?
multiple streams of income.
But
Like I
you
want to
have
have
to
certain
focus,
different
though.
businesses.
But you're not
You gotta focus. That's
That's what I'm.
That's
So
what
by
I'm saying.
what I
Don't
see
get
is by
lost
the
in
end of
that.
the year, I want to have that focus and that.
So for you, I would say focus on one. I would say focus on one. For you, I would say
Focus on one.
Yeah, because you want multiple.
That's what I'm saying. So, my thing is, I want to have one already established and running, so I can start.
Jump onto your next one.
That's what I
So
want.
that's your
By the
first
end of
one.
the year, I'm focusing on one this whole year. By the end of the
Okay.
year, I see myself focused, and that's.
I like that.
Do you know like what different streams of income you want?
Oh, absolutely.
There's seven streams.
Absolutely.
There's 7 streams of income, right? So there's your regular 9 to 5, which
Yeah.
is your steady money that's coming in your paycheck.
Mhm.
Then there's your business or whatever.
Investments
Then there's your
and-
investments. Then there's your interest. There's royalty fees.
Yes.
Double.
Music.
I'm just saying there's
It's
7
regular,
streams.
yeah, they're say,
Right.
okay, yeah.
So
but
when
stay
you-
into the regular.
I know, but these,
Then-
but like the 4 that we can all achieve
Yeah.
is literally the regular income,
Yes.
your 9 to 5,
And
your
investments,
business,
and
your
investments.
investments, and then your interest, which
And
is
so
like
you
owning
can-
property.
You can build passive income.
What do you mean by passive income? That's not one of the 7 streams of income. They categorize it as 7 streams of income.
How's what?
I just wanna make
What's
money in
passive?
different
Okay,
ways.
how's passive income?
That's why I'm asking you guys, what does passive income
That's
mean?
what I'm
Because
saying.
I know it as
So
7 streams.
Passive income
Passive
is money
income-
that accumulates that while
Passive
you are not
income-
actively running a
So
business.
say for instance now, so say
It's
for
there
instance
accumulating
now, passive
your
income, so say for instance now.
So you're talking about interest.
Okay,
No,
so if it's, yes,
That's interest.
yes, it comes
You're
in
not
a lot.
working.
All of
What
them.
is your business?
You know what, all of them,
You
you know
just
what?
said it's
You're
not
right.
a business.
Yes, listen, yo, all of them are passive income, because when you
Yeah.
establish, even
Literally.
royalties to a point, because you're sitting at home getting
Yeah,
royalty
people-
checks from
people are
either
using
your
your-
you're getting
print,
passive
your
income from
music,
investments.
whatever.
But what I'm personally
Can
talking
say-
about, from where I'm standing at, I'm talking about passive incomes from a business perspective, where it's like you have a business and it's on autopilot.
Yeah, but that's one stream of income. Even though
Yeah.
you're getting income from it, it's one stream.
Okay,
It's a
so just
business.
move on from this topic.
I'm listening.
So
I didn't know there was. I just learned something very.
And I did
I just
too.
learned something.
No,
new.
all-
I
those
know they're
all
categorized
pass
as
under
7
the
streams.
umbrella of
I had no
passive
idea.
yeah, but it's one of those like again like for me it's all about everything is about being intentional.
Yes.
And going back to the whole New Year's thing and resolutions, I feel like no one is intentional in what they do. So I feel like it does depend on the person, but I feel like this is why a lot of people fall apart and they never stick.
I feel like those revolution things, again, it depends on the person who's setting those resolutions. Sorry, no revolution going on here, no war, please. Brothers, unity, love. But I feel like it relies on those people who we put those things on.
So my question is,
accountability is good, but I don't like.
So my question is, how do we then help those people who make these resolutions and never stick to it? How do we help them stick to it?
You cannot help somebody. Okay, for one, you cannot help somebody if they don't want to be helped.
Yes,
that is true.
So you can't, if for those people who are setting those goals, themselves, I feel. Okay, for instance, if you have your mentor, if you lacked, your mentor would be like, yo, I didn't hear from you for a week, well done. So those people would have to, if they have the push, you know what I'm saying, to be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna, you know what, okay, come on, I need your favor. You're my boy, I don't want to be smoking, I want to go to the gym, at least, I see you going to the gym, please link me every time you go to the gym, at least 3 times a week when you go. To help with that accountability. Because they may not be having. That's why I feel I'll help them. But besides that, I'm not into the whole helping people who want to be helped. Because some people sit back and just want to be helped.
That is true.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
the
people who are setting acts of resolutions,
and victims.
I'm all for it. I'm all for like the saying the words and speaking into existence, but then it comes to backing what you're gonna say, right? So
action.
I feel
put action to work.
Yeah, action to work. I feel like it falls onto half and half the people that.
If you had any tips for people who want to get
Support
better
system.
and
Yes.
support system?
Yes.
We need
each other.
You do. Support system's heavy.
Yes.
You need a good support system that's gonna back you
But
up.
to those who don't have
You need reliable people.
Well, find somebody that you think you can trust. Hopefully that's somebody that's trustful. Or if you have a phone, set alarms. Set constant reminders to remind yourself till you don't want to remind yourself no more. Remind yourself to want to smash.
Something that I use really heavy is if I need to do something urgent, every 5 minutes I have an alarm going off.
See?
And that's because I know I can't depend on someone to maybe get me up.
I'm with that.
Or anything.
Do you have any tips for anyone?
Don't set unrealistic goals.
Oh yeah.
Do what you can, do within your means, do within your capability. Learn if you don't know, but set realistic goals. Don't I want to say overachieve. Just don't jump too far. It's baby steps. Take steps. There's steps to getting to where you want to get to, and we have to make those steps, and we have to fail.
Say if you're like, I want 100.
Don't sign up for something you're not ready for.
Straight.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
Take your time, learn, do your research. That's one thing people neglect to do, but doing your research on if you consider somebody your competition or anything like that, you have to look into what's already out and what you want to do, and if you want to do it differently, and that will help you succeed as a if you want to open a business or anything like that, or lose weight or whatever the case may be. Just do your research. You have to. The internet is free. Google is there. You can look up anything, literally anything you want to know, how to make juice, you can find it on Google. There's no reason for you could literally learn, there's so many people that have learned skills and trades off YouTube, off Google.
You got the world at your fingertips.
You can find everything.
But people are it comes back to people are, I feel like,
I think it's
laziness.
To be honest, I'm
a little lazy sometimes.
To be honest, I'm gonna take a totally different approach. I don't think it's laziness. I think we live in this world of instant gratification.
Yeah, so
and the platform of instant gratification is Instagram. That's what instant gratification is.
Now we're going there.
No, I mean that's just
not the only form, though.
It's not the only form. It's like all Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, right? And I feel like my advice to them would be consistency.
But then that's again, if those people don't have the discipline to have the consistency, they still what are they gonna do?
Well, that's where they got to take it upon themselves, right? And it's one of those I feel like the reason why a lot of people fall apart is because they expect instant results. Because on Insta and the people they follow, everything is instant and they don't see the grind. And nothing happens overnight. It's like when you plant a seed, the tree doesn't sprout up the next day.
No, 100%.
Right? You gotta keep watering it. And I feel like they stop and they don't, at some point they become less consistent and they stop pouring water onto their seed or whatever. And then eventually, they have no patience.
No one's patient anymore.
They literally need patience.
We
Everything
realize in
takes
this
time.
world we found ways to take back trails and ways to get around patience, waiting, and time. Right? That's literally everything.
So that's what I think. So for me, it would be like, just be consistent, be patient, and just keep working.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Is there a goal you guys set last year? So like the New Year's on January 2019 that you did not achieve? And do you know why you didn't achieve it?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
No, I know why I didn't achieve it. I know why.
I don't want to know why you didn't achieve it. I want to know what the goal you set for yourself was.
What the goal I set for yourself was?
What was the goal?
There was a few of them.
Just name one. The first one that comes to your head.
Pay off my car. I didn't get to pay off my car this year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to pay off my car this year because the little things called spending and some other stuff called life. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, man, I didn't get to pay off my car this year, but I'm looking for that to be knocked off the dent quite soon. You can't say in a hundo. I feel you on that, my man. So
What was yours? What was the goal?
You gotta say first.
I'm hungry,
I know
bro.
mine.
You can go.
Mine was to be fully established with my baking business, but what I didn't realize at the time, which at that time I did set a very unrealistic goal because I didn't understand I had to have social media, I had to actually register for a business, I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to file paperwork, I had to get licenses. I was like, holy shit, this is a lot of work. But
Yeah, true.
no, but I just didn't. I went in general. I'm like, oh, I can just bake at home. And they're like, no, you can't. You have to actually have a license if you're making a certain amount of items out of your house. Okay, so you go apply for that license. License costs money. Boom, got that. I didn't know that I had to register my business. That cost that. And I was like, okay, you know what?
That's a lot of that, man.
June came and I was like, shit. June came and I was like, I finally got my approval back for the licensing. I'm like, okay, I need a logo. Shit, I didn't know I need a name and a logo.
Yeah.
Took so long to come up with a name, come up with a logo. I had to get somebody to graphically design the logo from friggin' Japan or China, the guy that did it, and then for him to send it back, I was like, okay, now you're September. And I'm like, so we've created the business, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do Instagram, and then I'm very picky. I'm very detail oriented. So to create this, I'm like, I need pictures, and in order to get pictures, I need orders. In order to get orders, I have to actually make products and this and that. So it turned up to a whole year finally just being able to come up with a name, a logo, license, and be official. So now coming into this year, I'm like, I can actually do what I wanted to do last year, this year.
You finish off
Properly.
on the cake.
So you feel
Properly.
I don't feel like you failed to
No,
accomplish that. Though.
I feel like I just didn't understand the how would I want to say it?
Ins and
outs of it. I've never opened a
But
business
that's called
before.
business.
That's what I'm saying. So I learned something now, and
Entrepreneur right here, okay.
So in the future now, I know if I want to start another business, what I have to do in order to get that started before I start, like, oh, I'm gonna make money by the end of the year and quit my job. Because I was ready to quit my job, like, I was like, I'm gonna quit my job.
No, you didn't like on the BTB before that. How you need the help? We got help.
No, I was saying, I was ready to like leave. I was tired of my job, so I'm like, you know what, I'm making money baking, so I can do this. But when I got the letter saying that I actually cannot legally produce like baking goods, I had to get like, because what is it,
Health
and Safety Act. They have to actually make sure your kitchen is safe.
Yeah,
so there's so many things I didn't know behind that, and I was like, wow, now that I know this for the future, I'm well, like I can come prepared for everything they have. Before I was like, I don't know, I just made a cookie.
I feel like you accomplished your goal. I feel like you accomplished your goal because you got
part of my goal. I don't want to be working at a certain place anymore. So I feel like for me, till I am out of there and I am successfully running the business I want to, I have not reached that goal.
You're getting there.
But the time, it takes time. I'm understanding that now.
I feel like you still started though because you got all the paperwork.
The paperwork's done and good now. So going into this new
I feel like
year,
the hardest part is marketing.
absolutely, and that's it's becoming. I'm gonna work on that.
Okay.
Something you just gotta attack, and even if you give it like if you give it 120, even if you take back, if 50% of what you want comes to fruition, it's like it's baby steps.
Yeah.
That is.
You got to where you needed to
What
get
you're
to
on,
this
what
year.
you're doing though.
I
got
you a
set
market.
plan.
And I've understood
That's
that
what I'm saying, like,
you're
I got
people are
you.
gonna look at it and be like, "What's this new?" And
I
you
got
have to
you
be
a
kicked down.
You got your man, come on, so you got your
I got you a market.
Don't
I got
worry.
you. Don't worry.
You
Whenever
just
you're ready,
gotta, I feel like you just gotta go.
You're American too.
Huh?
You got me too. You're
Listen,
American too.
sick.
Yeah, we
You
got
just gotta go
it.
in trying to kick the walls down. And
Yeah, I understand if you
Yeah.
fall 10 times, getting back up
Yo,
the 11
that is
times.
what it is.
It doesn't
It's all
keep,
getting back
doesn't
up.
keep getting back up, right?
Yo, I believe honestly every failure is not a failure. It's
not a failure.
actually a lesson.
It's a lesson.
For sure, yeah.
It's whatever
You
you
have to
make
take
out of it.
something out of it.
People mostly say
You
it's a
have to.
failure. Oh, that I feel like you take something out of
You have
everything.
to.
I've never taken an L in my life.
Are you able
No,
The
to?
only L I've
Taking
taken
that?
is lessons. That's it.
Nah, you're
But
smooth.
that's the only L I've
Smooth
taken.
suave here with the words. They call them silver tongue.
Suave
Literally,
over
like,
here.
literally, like, yo,
You
it's.
see how the wordplay you said?
This man
The
right
only
here,
L I took in.
Suave,
Callous.
smooth. That's the name, yo.
Lessons, bro.
slide
Suave,
it.
smooth.
There it is.
Real, like, you
The
gotta
only
learn.
L's I taken was lessons, man.
Literally, like, yo, you go into something blindsided or you go into something without knowledge.
Only L he ever took was lock. That's it.
Oh my god, bro.
Listen.
Bro, I'm not riding with on that one. No. I'm not riding on that. Cut. Cut shit.
It's all good.
Cut it. Yo, Bill up
You can't say that. He's just hairy all over. Like,
Yo, that's something you got. You can't do that. You fucking shit, man.
hairy all over.
Say, yo, call
Listen,
Chewbacca.
girls don't like
all-
hair
Yo, tell
everywhere.
you what's on Chewbacca. Yo, push
Limitation in
it.
hair.
Chewbacca talking shit. Tell him
Listen,
something.
comfort me.
Be like, yo, give me some so I can put on.
all.
You know what I mean?
I feel like he's a guy that likes getting yelled at. It actually turns him on. So
I love it.
Yo, what's going on the table? Your BTB is ready for the new year.
I love it.
Yo, that's when you overcome the family. Yo, you know what family's happening? When all the secrets come out on the table, all at once, you don't even know it.
Yo, it's like he said, right?
Yo, real talks, I feel like I take on people's personas and shit. You know, this past decade has been stone cold. I'm going into this decade ramble. You feel me? It's a different. You feel me? Last decade was like, get into where we want to get to, but causing the same as we do it. But now we did what we wanted, so now it's like get into the money bag. And
Yeah, Grambo style. I like Grambo.
I'm good. Like you said, it's all about your mindset, right? So when people try to offend me, it's like, bro, my mind is on a totally different
100%.
level. I ain't gonna pay you any mind because you're looking for attention. It's like, it doesn't bother me. Keep it moving. So,
But that's true though.
yeah, but to get back on track,
going like
yeah.
the train.
To get back on track, for me, a goal that I set for 2019 was literally start writing movies. And I almost
You finished at the end of the year. No. You did. No. You finished at the end of the year.
Yeah, so
30 at
that's
the end of the
technically
year.
you achieved your
But
goal.
You did achieve it.
it almost didn't happen. The reason why
So
it
you
happened,
can't, you're irrelevant.
That doesn't
No,
count.
but I had
Yeah,
to.
he
I had
is though
to.
that he did it.
I had to. So one was to start writing,
Yeah.
and the other one was to at least like speak at an event
Okay.
or to
Okay.
to preach at my church or whatever.
But then you
You
did.
did.
I did it. I wanted to do it this year. It's one of those, I haven't preached since I was like 16, 17.
Holy shit.
You used to do
Right?
it though.
I used to do it, and then it's one of those like
You don't read them no
I used to go to like other churches and things like that, and it's one of those like my goal this year was like, yo, I want to get back on track to like what my true calling is or whatever, and at least preach one. It didn't happen because of circumstances that happened and whatever, and a lot of it was on me too, right? Not being dedicated and all that, whatever. So I feel like that's one goal that I didn't accomplish, but it's on my plate for this year. So that's one thing I didn't get to accomplish. It was either preaching or starting like my motivational stuff.
Yeah.
I started a blog and I didn't follow through with it, kind of just cut it. But it's literally either starting a vlog or whatever and doing like motivational speeches and things like that, or at least preaching one sermon. I didn't accomplish that. So that's one thing I didn't accomplish.
Pepe.
Pepe.
What what did I not do last year?
Everything.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I have so many, like, I don't know which one to go with.
Oh man.
But it's like, at the same time, I don't want to do the same thing you guys did. So, for me, when I work, my job, it's a skill job. I try and make sure I'm adding new skills every about 6 months. It's very important to me because I realize I might move on to, other things in the future, but when I'm 40, I want to be able to hold it down when I'm having a barbecue or whatever. So it's like, and my parents weren't able to cook for me coming from a different country. I never had lunch going to school, so it's like if I have a kid, I want to make sure, I'm able to have a family that's well fed. So that's a big reason why I took cooking to be. Just for me, myself, I wanted to learn how to cook. So every 6 months I try and grow as a cook, and I don't feel like I did that this past year. Although I did grow in skill, and I got better at what I do already, there's new things that I feel like are in the horizon that I need to start, looking at. And I feel like I didn't do that. I was complacent. Yeah. And so in that sense, I wanna redeck my plate with new challenges.
Bam, bam, bam. So I feel that.
New challenges.
New challenges.
Yeah, never complacent.
New challenges.
We don't like staying.
No still water.
Yeah.
No still water.
Don't want to be dead water,
Still little nails. That's why.
It's not the nails. I just can't actually do it.
I saw. Can you whistle?
Yeah.
Oh, you can whistle. I've been trying to whistle.
I can't whistle.
Like.
You can do it.
I'll teach you.
I can't lift an eyebrow though. I can't lift an
I'm not
eyebrow.
trying to-
Camera, man. We don't need you freaking canary in the background.
Can you raise an eyebrow?
Yeah, I'm not
Can't
trying to
see the canary in the
Can you raise an eyebrow?
background.
I can't raise one eyebrow. I look constipated.
Remember the rock eye? Remember you can do
Can
both
you do
of
that?
them?
Yeah.
Remember the rock and the
I can
both
do
of that? I
that.
can do that.
I got the eyebrows.
What's called a people's eyebrow?
But I got a question for y'all. Are y'all big on celebrating specific dates?
Yeah.
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 Like what do you mean? Like in what terms?
Like all the dates that are on the calendar. So
No.
New Year's, Valentine's Day.
No.
I thought you meant maybe wedding day and the day where your business got established. That type of days.
That's
what I'm thinking. Yeah, those are milestones in my life.
Those are awesome. I mean, the ones on the calendar. So New Year's, Valentine's Day,
So for me,
Canada Day.
So for me, I feel like it's a beautiful thing that people want to celebrate and go out and have a festive time. It's a beautiful thing. I feel like the way people go about doing it sometimes is
Excessive.
not excessive, it's stupid.
I feel like
stupid.
Right? Because it's like, first off, we're starting to move into a new age where brick and mortar stores are starting to fall off and kind of they're starting to thread on sales.
Okay.
We're moving on to an internet era. And it's like, people are now taking on a new way of consumerism. So it's like holidays come in and it's like the way they spend their money is just kind of, it's different.
But do you celebrate a calendar? What?
So for me, I like Christmas. I never used to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
This was my first festive Christmas.
Real
It
shit?
was like the whole nine.
Like you got
turkey.
presents and shit?
No, I never got a present on Christmas.
I've never celebrated Christmas.
What do you mean, bro? I gave you a Raptors sweater for the Christmas day.
Yeah, you ungrateful bastard.
That was a Christmas gift. That was that was like my son giving daddy a. It's like listen, daddy. This is like Father's Day.
I felt that one.
That was
He sunned you, dog.
This is why
sunned you, dog.
bro.
This one doesn't give you nothing, he said.
Listen.
You're getting cold this Christmas.
Listen. I take care of him. Well fed.
It's all good. It's all good. You guys celebrate these months, these days on the calendar.
Canada Day for sure. I'm popping up mad fireworks.
I don't care for Canada Day.
Bro, get out of my country.
No, like I do. Don't make it like, I don't want it to seem like that. It's just like, that's not a big day for me in the year, bro.
But it's still, no.
Like you're going up for Canada Day,
Yeah, I
bro.
was born here, fam.
Yeah. Well, I hear that, but like,
What do you mean?
you're turning
Were
up
you
for
here?
Canada Day.
Were you born here?
I'm not off the boat.
So when you talking shit, then you should be with me then.
Yo,
So
Are you sure?
How, you know what kills me? This is what kills me. You have the one, this is what kills
Bring
me.
it down.
How are you Canadian and you're like, oh, Oh.
My parents.
Oh, Canada. Yo,
Listen,
bro,
put it
you're
on
free
me.
in this country, fam.
Put it on me. Listen.
We have, yo, it's Gucci where we're at right now, bro. Put it on it.
You think my brown parents were spending on any fireworks?
No.
Yo, I didn't even, my whole street was all just cheap bastards.
Yo, okay. I'm
I
not
never
saying,
got anything out of Canada Day ever.
Yo,
So
my
for me to
patriotism-
turn up now, like what?
my patriotism got developed from my own. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not
You
gonna
had,
get
he had
with
10
that.
extra years of life. We got to appreciate Canada.
I thought we said no
Yo, our
ages.
fireworks? Yeah!
I said 10 years. They don't even know.
They didn't even know.
They know roughly what age you are now. You're at 27. so-
Exactly.
Yo, what? Hold on, are you the detective, Sherlock Holmes?
Say we just on video.
They're
It's
like,
on
they're
video.
deciphering the numbers. And I'm like,
You call him
Just like
27 gallons over here, but
investigation.
all the girls are gonna watch you now. You're on there. Right. Sorry, that was you. I got you, man. I got you. All the women, younger women. It was
I'm
nice.
telling you, I was calling him out on his
Yeah,
age.
you did.
Yo.
You
Anyways,
did.
I didn't call him, yo. Anyways,
Just take it.
okay? Don't get up. See?
Yo, man's just come for me. I haven't
Yo.
Yo.
What did he say yesterday?
Yo, Canada, I fucks with
How the
Canada.
hell? That's so
That's
cool.
like me saying I fuck with Easter or something. Well, no.
Okay, I don't, okay, Canada fucks with Christmas is okay. You know what? I know
Halloween.
Christmas. I don't really, Halloween I have to
I
fuck
wish I
with
could
it's
still
my
go
best
trick or
friend's
treat.
I'm sorry,
birthday.
wait, hold on a second. Wait, why are you guys go Halloween?
It's
Yeah.
my best friend's birthday.
I'm talking about a holiday, not her birthday.
Halloween.
Halloween is not his. First of all, Halloween
Yo,
is
let's
not
say
a
you look like
holiday.
a girl sometimes, because I have to question what you
Halloween
gotta
is-
get.
Halloween is.
What?
Listen, to the people who are mesquite and don't celebrate it, I understand.
I don't know
But
why you're. I did not say I didn't celebrate. I'm asking you why you celebrate it.
because it's free
Halloween's my
candy.
boy's birthday.
What do you think Halloween is?
My
What
parents
is
don't buy
Halloween?
me free
What
candy.
is
I have to go
Halloween?
collect it. So I used to go with garbage bags, fill up the whole bag. 2 bags at least minimum requirement before you come home.
Alright, you're reeling it.
I fucks with Christmas. If I have a shorty, I'll probably do the whole Valentine's Day.
I
Valentine's
don't
Day.
like Valentine's.
See,
It's
it makes
not like-
about actually
it's not
Valentine's
deep.
Day. It upsets me.
What are days
Yeah,
you guys
please.
celebrate?
This is-
I feel like why is there one day where you
Val-
have to like do the most? It should
No,
be
no, no.
whenever.
Yo, I have a theory.
That's
Yeah, I know what that. See, see, that's
Oh,
why.
that one day you get flowers, that one day you get rose petals, that one day you get chocolate and stuff. But that's what it is. But that's what Valentine's Day is though. Women wait for that day.
No, that's an extra, that's no extra finesse.
For me,
on Valentine's Day.
For me, it's like randomly, I want you to do good things for me. Why do I have to wait for
You're not
February
waiting for
14th to get
Valentine's
gifts?
Day.
But that's what men do
You wanna
though.
know what? You wanna
No,
know
that's what regular men
To
do.
answer her point,
So there's a lot of regular men in Toronto then.
Not all of them.
You wanna know what I used to do?
It's cover all the
That's what
girls.
it is.
I'm speaking for the women behind the scenes.
no, listen,
All the
listen.
Toronto niggas regular.
Listen,
Regular, regular.
this is how it pops off. This is my personal theory.
Facts.
Listen, this is
go.
how it pops off, okay? Cuffing season starts
No.
as soon as
No.
let me speak.
No.
Listen, so as soon as
We're in
fall
trials
kicks
right
in,
now.
as soon as fall
Trials.
kicks in, all these false relationships start coming on your timeline. You start seeing everyone cuffing each other. You think it's serious. Up until Valentine's Day comes on and your ass gets dropped, and you find out no one gives a fuck about you. Listen, do you know how cruel Valentine's Day is? If you're the side piece,
I call it,
That's like side
not
piece
just Singles Day.
revelation.
I call Valentine's Day and the
Can
Valentine's
we
Day.
come
say
back here, please?
Happy
Do you
Singles Day.
see Mr. 27-year-old?
side piece
Okay.
revelation day. That's what it
That
is.
is
Side
disrespectful.
piece
Yeah.
revelation day.
If you have a
No.
side piece, you
I'm not
are
vouching with him
the.
on that, man.
Send me your address, please. Just send me your address. I'm gonna send some girls for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
you send
but
out
yo,
though. You send out
yo,
shorties to come do
Because
it.
that's just wrong. If you
No,
want to
no,
meet
side
somebody,
piece needs love
clarify
too,
it.
bro. You know
Clarify
what?
it, honey.
No.
Because no,
You know
side
what?
piece-
Side pieces need love too, man. This, I want to shout out to all the side pieces holding it down.
Yes.
You know what? Side pieces are solid. Some of them
Pass me something to
can
hit
be
him with. Just
solid.
Throw me.
Can I mean? I'm gonna shout out to all the side pieces who hold it
We're not
down.
trying to go side
Yo,
piece.
you wanna know what it is? Yo, you wanna know
That's
what
an
it is?
Shout out to
endurance.
side piece.
It's an endurance
Yo,
game. You gotta be able to just
yo.
take it and just go with it. You know,
But
just
yo,
put in.
it's one of those like,
stamina.
I have to agree with Camilla, right? It's one of those like, for me, Valentine's Day is not a big thing.
Oh, shout out.
Okay, I'm joking.
All his
Shout out all
side
the
pieces,
side
all his
pieces.
side pieces, he ain't shit.
Hey, I didn't say 100%. I just say, you know what? They don't get no
You showed
love.
love to who?
Yeah.
Yo, they don't get no love.
They don't deserve no love.
Yo,
They
I'm
don't
just saying,
they don't
everybody
deserve no
deserves
love.
love.
No, they don't.
Everybody
No, they
deserves
don't.
love some
No, they
way,
don't.
some
Exactly.
No, they
shape, or
don't.
form.
No, you don't.
Yo, if you,
Why you
everybody's
side piece
going to
you
heaven.
want love? Be a main
Everybody's
piece
going to
you want
heaven.
love.
Everybody
No,
deserves
they
love.
ain't.
Shout
No,
out
they
to all the
ain't.
side pieces
No, they
holding it
not.
down.
They're not holding shit
We
down
love
because
you.
they're a
If
side
you-
piece for a
if you're
reason.
not
They're a
feeling-
main piece, they be holding it down properly.
Listen,
Facts.
if you're not feeling
Why
like
you a
your
side
best
piece if you
self,
holding it down?
Yo,
if you're not
Why you a
feeling-
side piece if you holding it down? Tell me a side piece that's holding it down.
if you're not feeling yourself, go cheat and tear the whole house.
I don't believe in cheating. I don't believe in cheating.
So what's a side
What's a
piece?
side piece, son?
Yo, I don't believe in cheating.
Why do I'm hitting you with a tissue box?
Yo, but wait.
The bitch that tears down the whole relationship.
Oh,
She just walks in like Cyclops, just fucking everything up.
Yeah, but-
Center of attention.
And yo,
Cyclops.
it's one of those like
Oh my god.
going back to the whole celebration thing. Like for me, I never really put like a big emphasis on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And what I did to counter that, and to all the men out there who are in a relationship, who plan on being in a relationship, if you're married, I urge you to do this. What I used to do, one day,
I'm gonna say right now, you're not in a relationship, don't follow a damn word what is marriage.
Exactly.
okay, when I was
Gibberish.
when I was in a
Don't
relationship,
listen
okay,
to which is not anymore.
no, I'm not anymore. But when I was
Disrespectful.
nah, but when I was in a relationship, right, I told my girl like,
Dying over there.
yo,
Disrespectful.
yeah, you can die all you want, but when I was in a relationship, what I told my girl is, I'm like, yo, you're off 2 days in the week, 1 day is our day. And what I did was, I gave her her own day, so I called it Babes Day. And that day, I'll cook her favorite
Don't
food,
laugh.
I'll put on her favorite shows, whatever she wanted to do that day. She wanted to go to the spa, if she wanted to go scooters, go out for a walk, whatever. That day is your day. Whatever you want to do, it's your day. So when Valentine's Day comes, so when Valentine's Day comes, she ain't expecting nothing, because we're already doing that once a week. I'll give her massages, wash her feet, like rub her feet, rub their feet. I was treating her like a
On behalf of all the women of Toronto,
so
now that you
I'm not
say it,
touching. Yo,
all
but
the
I'm
women
telling you right
and
now.
everybody, and I was
It's a
wondering,
select few.
I'll walk on your back.
can we do a little, can we do a little
Before
edit?
any girl gets any queen level,
This edit, I want the little big like glaring, the little glaring pink thingy.
No, I'm gonna say something right now.
But what I'm saying,
Not every girl deserves to be treated.
not every girl
Every girl
deserves
is
to
a
be treated.
queen. Every girl is a queen. Don't
Every girl does not deserve to be
everyone,
No, this one I get wrong.
everyone deserves to be pampered.
Everybody deserves to be pampered.
And that goes out to women too. Like y'all need to take care of your men. Like women,
Yes,
you
and
need
that's
to take
what
care of your
yes.
men as well. It's not
This
just
is what I'm saying because I feel like okay, this is where my point came from.
Pass
So,
my
you know-
side bag.
You know what? This is what because I feel attacked. So I'm gonna explain. I feel attacked and I have to move. Okay.
Yo, let him know.
Let me explain myself right.
Boundaries.
Okay.
Hey, put the tissue box in
I'm
between
saying
them.
right back.
You put it. That's the boundary.
See?
That's the border.
Okay.
Listen, I'm sorry.
See? I'm saying that because I feel that majority of the women, you do that for a woman, and you do all of that, and they don't reciprocate.
Exactly. Some of them
I feel that majority, and nothing. I'm not saying that. I just feel that majority of women take that for granted.
It's true, but
You know what I'm saying? But I'm all about treating and
I go?
But you see, the reason why I did that, well, just give me a second. The reason why I did that.
I'll come from my head.
You're not good
Listen,
enough.
I'm family.
The reason why I did that
I know
was
you're reading
to
this.
say, the reason why I did that is because I hate this whole Valentine's Day celebration thing. I'm like,
I feel
I
it should
don't
be
need
one day
I
right before the
don't need
celebration.
someone to give me a day to
No.
celebrate and treat my girl right.
100%.
And also I was doing that to set principles for when I do get married, to say like, yo, it was setting habits, right? Repetition forms patterns and habits. So for me, I'm like, if I can implement that now, and I do that, she's not expecting anything, and she knows that like, yo, I genuinely care for you. And then when it comes birthday, to be honest, it was a bit of, I'm not even gonna say that. It was a bit of games. It was a bit for my advantage, where it's like, when your birthday comes, when Christmas comes, when Valentine's Day comes, don't expect that huge
Okay,
big
so
gift.
see, so time out now. So
I first started.
I
That's how I
have to
first
step in
started.
because your intention wasn't not really love.
When it first,
your financial situation, like okay, no,
it wasn't even about,
days.
it wasn't even about finances. It was one. It started with, I don't need a day to treat my woman well.
Okay. I
Two,
get that.
it was, I don't need these milestones to then spoil you. And when these milestones came, she wasn't looking for that. It was just like, yo, I already get that every
Still
day,
be looking
right?
for it.
And, but
I no icing on the cake.
but the thing is,
Come on, little
the
cherry.
thing is, yeah, but the thing is, when those milestones did come, I went over the top,
Yeah.
right? And then it was just like damn, like I didn't know you could go another level. And
Of course,
so-
did she
but
reciprocate?
she did.
Okay, so we're good now.
Here's my thing. I was coming for you when you said
Come
girls
from
don't
my head.
reciprocate. You probably talked to the wrong women.
No,
That's how
not
girls
all of
talk.
them.
Wait,
I
hold
can't
on.
say that.
Wait,
Not
hold
all
on.
of them.
Okay, no, wait,
Not all of them.
But that's what
Not
you
all
said.
of them.
You
I just said
women
majority.
don't
I
reciprocate.
said majority of women, not
said
all
majority of women don't reciprocate.
Majority.
Brother.
I come around some well-rounded women who
Okay.
take care of their men. And I'm gonna say, I
Absolutely.
call them anomalies to life. I'm just like, bro, please, I'm gonna bring you in. You need to go and talk to the rest of the women. I have a few of them. There's a few of them in
Just like how the good man should talk to you and work some sense into
I said
because
some of, because again too, it's come to this culture, because see, and it comes down, and why it's come to this culture, so now if a guy is too nice, see, and say
Exactly. If a guy is
I'm listening.
Because I grew up courting women. You know what? You know what? I got swerved. You know what? I'm gonna pull some life experience. I'm gonna pull some life experience. You know what?
You say courting?
Courting. I came up with courting girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro.
I courted, like, courting.
Man, don't do that no more.
No, courting is not a thing.
It's not a thing no more.
I know what it is. Okay, so I'm so
I'm
short.
listening.
I try to court a girl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. Roses, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? I got swerved for a guy who was imposing polls, say, more street than me.
Okay.
The bad guy. She wanted the
Whatever,
bad
the bad guy, but you don't know what street. It doesn't, it has different facades in certain situations. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, okay? That's what I'm just saying. So I said, even when sometimes I feel like it's being the best situation being placed, it's not always that situation. And majority was like that. And then sometimes men, and when they be like that, they're considered chumps. And they're considered, you know what I'm saying, oh, this guy's like,
Too nice.
or you know what I'm saying, and then this may be that guy is just how he wants to reciprocate how he feels about you, or you know, he just may be a nice guy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with you with that. Like women
It's too
annoy
much.
me with that.
So then you see like now the culture now, when you have like, look at all the music videos and everything that's happening, you see the nice guy, whatever, come up with the roses, chocolate. Yeah, but it's arms how they portray the nice guy, because it's not like that. But it's arms. You know what I'm saying? But that's the nice guy, but the nice guy always gets swerved. You know what I'm saying? It's arms. And nice guys do not finish last. You know what I'm saying? But it's a bad
He
fuck kid.
smooches the girl on the cheek or actually gives her the chocolates.
You can't get a real kiss, son.
Yeah. But
I'm just saying that was missed out all the time. And you know what? That comes from some old stories. Hey, I probably fucking been in a situation where girls are fucking like, yo, fuck you, whatever, Tommy, like, you're an asshole. Whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, like, you say why.
Yeah. For me, it was never about like her reciprocating. For me, it's like, yo, I'm gonna treat you how I want to
You
be
know
treated.
what? That's how it should
And
be.
not only that, I was like, I'm very calculated, right? So for me, it's like I'm thinking future. I'm like, yo, that's how I would want a man to treat my daughter.
Straight up.
So if I can start that now and treat a woman like that, like that's how I wanted to see my mom be treated. That's how I want to see my daughter be treated, and her daughter. And it was just trying to break generational curses.
It is, I get that. But
Guys
you
need time and they gotta be alone, they
person.
gotta let it out their system.
I mean,
and all
at
that.
the end of the day,
What are you talking about?
but-
No, I'm saying, but I've always heard those statements.
Guys gotta be
Guys
alone?
have to get out their system and
No.
and
No,
get
no,
out.
no,
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 I'm
no.
saying what I have heard.
Okay.
Y'all coming for me? I'm saying this. Guys,
Came from my head.
Yeah, you come out here coming for his head.
I'm being ganged up on now.
I'm sorry.
I got you. I'm in your corner.
He's on your side. It's just me and
What
Tommy.
I am saying is, I've always heard guys have to get out of their system and they fuck up when they're younger, and when they get older, they're like, oh, I had to get it out of my system. Now I
It's
know.
true,
Now I
understand.
learned, and
I
I
feel
don't want
like-
my daughter to have to date a guy like how I used to be, and this and that. And it's like I shouldn't have to go through that struggle with you finding what the hell you
No,
want.
you shouldn't have.
And
That's-
me
but
trying to
it's
be loyal to you and me trying to love you.
I'm not
I'm not saying that's what you said. I'm saying it's what expectation is sometimes, usually, is me cheating when you, let's say if me and you were together.
Okay. Mom.
Okay? And you cheat on me, my loyalty will be tested whether or not I stay with you. That's
Not
bullshit.
fair.
That is bullshit.
That's not fair.
I should be able to leave you and me still being loyal. But guys say if me leaving you is me not being loyal.
No, that's not fair.
That's not fair. Loyalty's testing whether or not I'm faithful, whether or not if I'm honest. That's where my loyalty's testing.
100%.
Not whether I'm willing to put up with your bullshit. That's what I'm
That's
looking. That's where I feel like it's a misunderstanding with loyalty.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait on what, bro? I feel like a little bit of loyalty is putting up with somebody's bullshit.
But not bullshit as in not being cheated on.
No.
Having babies
But
and
we're not
having
talking- that's
multiple
extreme.
and your little
That's
side
extreme.
bitches up here and like
No.
show love to
You know
show
what?
out his side bitches.
Yo,
For me, the
everybody
moment-
to
Come on, Tommy, get back at it.
He's giving y'all love.
No, you know what?
Whatever. Shout out to his side bitches too. They don't know yet, but he sends y'all a group text message.
Listen, I'll have side bitches.
I don't have side bitches. That's just what I'm saying.
But yo, I agree with her, bro.
Like,
Yo,
stop.
the
I'm trying to
moment,
be. I'm trying to be
So
an
you say you
honest man.
stopped?
Stop.
Which means
what?
at a time you did have side
No.
bitches.
I would say that.
No, I hear him say
Yo,
stop.
listen. Listen, she can't call me out like that. First off,
Stop.
No. Stop. I didn't say stop. You
Did he
said
not
stop. No.
rewind?
Yo.
In this moment, you rewind the tape.
No.
He did not say stop though.
listen.
Yo, BTB fam, shout out if he said stop. Comment below. Comment below the minutes and time he said stop.
There's men out there who
Come on, give me a hug.
There's men out there who dog their women.
Yeah, I don't rate men like that.
Lots of them.
I don't rate men like that.
I am not.
Been
one
with
of
a
those
few.
people.
I'm not one of those ones either.
I have one or more siblings.
I do not. Yo,
Female.
don't.
And
There's audience in here,
women
bro.
in your house,
Right, sir?
it's like you gotta
No.
consistently have a certain amount of
I'm sorry.
respect for the women in your house. So, just based off that, I don't like having negative relationships with females. That being said,
Okay.
there's very like touchy lines I feel because it's like as
I'm
an
gonna be
ignorant
a
young
player
kid,
no more.
I was what?
He's trying to build his running back up. You done fucked up.
Fucked up. Yo, we all live, we all grow. I'm gonna say something. We all grow as individuals.
I just say I don't want to be a player no more.
We all grow as individuals to better ourselves each
No, but listen, I became an asshole proudly. I'm a proud asshole now. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, see, no, so I'm trying to help him.
It took a culture and like a cultivation. It was a buildup. It was like a volcano. You know, it took a point to go and like accumulate that much L's to the point where I was like, all right, fuck it, no more,
No more else, yeah.
no more L's. Fuck that shit. And then you're just like, fuck it, cause fuck
You guys are
females.
very bad at it.
but
That's what it is.
I feel
Well,
like
better what?
That's true. We
Trying to
fucking
have
suck.
multiple situations.
No, I don't do that.
No,
I
That's
don't
nice,
No,
but
but
I can't do that.
I've
I suck at that. I
witnessed
can't
it.
do that.
You
No,
are
I
horrible.
I can't.
I
Girls
feel-
are way better.
And
at
girls are better, and we also find out shit easily.
You guys have like an intuition to
Absolutely,
shit.
and our intuition is key.
I
Like
feel
I'll just
like-
know.
I feel like
You
people.
want to
No, but I
watch
feel
your
like-
phone? Alright.
No. See,
I'm
watching
waiting till you
phone-
sleep.
No,
I'm
watching
breaking
my
your
phone is
shit.
on the
I'm
toilet.
hard
You play my
bitch in
game.
your house.
I play the
You
game when
hang
I'm
up
on
on
the
you while
toilet.
you're
Don't
sleeping.
even like.
Yo,
I'm that crazy.
It's one of those.
I'm that
I
crazy.
feel
I'll bring
like-
her over.
Yo, I feel like.
Walking in like the fuck tea party.
Yo, Stone Cold Stunner Party after that.
Crazy.
I feel like
Stone Cold Stunner Party.
I feel like men just take
Everyone.
the wrong approach when it comes to relationships. Like I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to teach like a whole class on this,
Yo, hey.
bro. Like it's one of those like, for me, like what I did in
Yes,
my
please.
relationship, it was like this is what I'm gonna do because it's how I want to be treated. Whatever you do with that, that's with you. If you want to step out and cheat, you can't turn on me and be like, yo, I did this because I did everything that I could to show you that I love you. And if you want to step out, that's all on you. But the moment you break that, like we're done. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't set boundaries and there's no transparency.
There's no
With
establishment.
no communication.
What's
There's
your
no-
definition
there's no-
of cheating, guys?
There's no
What's your guys'
communication.
definition of cheating? I always want to know
This-
because everyone has different perspectives on it,
Me,
and
it's
I'm
straightforward.
very firm with what I think cheating is.
What is it?
I'm gonna hear. No, I want to hear what you guys have to say though.
For me, straight
I
up,
know what it
it's
is.
any sexual act. Kiss.
Yours just sexual though.
Just sexual?
Yours just sexual.
Okay, then you're
Nah,
okay.
you're
You're good, you're
No,
good.
that's
You're
not
good.
just cheating.
Nah, I wouldn't even finish. It's
Brother, you end it, you're saying, man, you're gone. Out of here. Put him on.
like yo, it's any sexual acts, kissing, sex, like
Okay.
that's downright cheating. And then Like, I don't mind if a man flirts on my girl. Like, I'm gonna turn on my girl and be like, yo, she's sweet. I know she's sweet.
Okay.
And we'll laugh about that, right? But the moment, if a man slides in your DMs, I don't care if he slides in, but it's what you say.
Okay.
And if you're leading that on, it's like,
I don't care for it.
You don't care for it?
nah,
If
bro.
you're shorty's DMing another
She could
girl?
fucking be cracking to like fucking Future and just like
You
replying.
mean crack into him? Like, yo, Future, how you're fucking...
You
something.
go-
It depends on what she
Crack
says.
Yeah,
into
he's
him, man.
fine.
Whoa,
I'm
listen.
trying to come back to LA, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm
Yeah,
always.
She said that.
Yo,
See,
listen.
if my girl
She
said,
said
if
that.
my girl said that,
You wouldn't care.
Listen, I'm
Trying to
all
buy me
about
a
the
flight.
finessing.
Yo, listen to what she's saying.
Listen.
If she said, if you're shorty, if Future DM'd your shorty and your shorty said,
Hey, daddy, I'm trying to come out see you in LA, catch a flight. You know,
you're allowing that.
Can I speak?
about to have baby number 10, you know what I mean?
You're allowing that.
Yeah, that's different.
What do you mean? Dude, you're going nuts, fam. I don't know, so
Listen.
That's why I can't be in a
Hear me.
relationship, fam.
Yo,
I don't
listen.
have a I feel like I will sick. bro.
Hear me.
I don't have the
I go
feeling
mental. I go
You
mental.
can't.
I can't, I don't know.
Chill out.
for me, it's all about
Bring
being
down
transparent. Yo,
You make it sorry. Yeah,
he's gonna go off topic and bunny trails and shit. Bro. Like,
Yo, this is my point when it comes. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Oh,
What is
For
cheating
me?
to you?
Oh yeah, okay. What is cheating
Just remind
to
him.
me?
Help him out.
Listen.
Give him a rope.
Yeah, give me like reel me back in. So listen. What is cheating to me? I feel like as guys, sometimes guys have overbearing personality. So it's
Sure.
like I wanna have like a right hand to the grave. Like, you know, like if we're doing something, we know about it, calculated.
Shock.
So if Future did all that, my shorty, if I'm trying to finesse my
Yo,
guy,
see?
you feel me? I don't
I
give a
know.
fuck.
I see.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, it's all calculated. If I could finesse
But that shorty has to be,
are you
but that
good?
shorty has to be solid, bro. So you can't give that to every shorty, fam. That's different level. That's your shorty that's the type of shorty that's Bonnie. That's Bonnie.
That's body.
That's Bonnie. That's Bonnie. Bonnie's like, yo.
She killing niggas with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
she's like, yo, she's linking you as soon as they went into DM, she didn't even text him back. She said, hold on, wait, she messaged you? He's like, yo.
Yo.
I said, hold on.
Yo.
Then she got back in the DM. Yes.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
yo, babe, shoot him. I don't like blood. That's it right there.
I get that, but see,
I'm
that's
fucking with you, I'm fucking
not
with you.
every shorty, yo, but not, you can't, that's fine, bro, that's levels, bro.
I'm fucking around, but listen.
Like-
But I'm saying though, I would like to be like my partner's best friend. And I feel like if there's ever a point with the person who I'm with where they're not feeling like I'm their main priority, in a sense where it's like I provide them comfort, I'm allowing them to be open, helping them take on whatever's new to their life, whatever new challenges they want to take on. I feel like it's a equivalent relationship. It's like, what can I take out of it and what can you take out of it? If you don't service me and I don't service you, it's like I don't see it being fruitful. And sometimes people say, hey, if you're on opposite ends of the spectrum, are we gonna really have something going?
Absolutely.
I feel like you could. It's just
Absolutely
what are
can.
you really gonna take away from the relationship? And it's like that's something I'm always conscious of. It's like if I'm fucking with you and it's like you're not really there to really offer me anything that is like substantial, it's like so for what?
For what, straight?
You get what I'm saying? Like
Your
it's
definition.
just another interaction at that point. So it's like I'm a bit mindful of that.
Okay, what's your definition of cheating?
Definition of what, cheating?
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, okay, because EJ brought that level in, I'm with that level. Like, if my show, like, I'm with that still. Like, we're finessing the whole world. We're finessing the whole world.
You could go see
You
with
hear
anyone.
me? Yeah, like, because on a level, it's me and her. And we know what the game plan is. But that's,
but that comes with being
that
transparent.
comes to be a lot of stuff. But for me, I feel like cheating comes emotionally. You know what I'm saying? From when emotionally, from when you're not,
That's big.
I want to say, I honestly, for men, I feel like men are very dumb and we don't know sometimes when our women get very, already emotional. A woman would be, when they're already, I feel like as men, sometimes we're oblivious to just not notice when women get emotionally detached from us. You know what I'm saying? And women sometimes could still be around us, but detached from us.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they can be in the
They
same
say a
facility.
woman left you mentally months
I
years
don't
before
woman
she's actually
scoring.
physically.
I tell you what, I don't fuck with a woman scoring. I tell you this, I shout out, bro, I don't play with it, whatever. But I feel like emotionally, you know what I'm saying?
And
that's
even,
not
even
true.
with that, like as you
But hold on, let me finish the point. But even with that, though, I start emotionally. The physical, honestly, I'm kind of like, fuck, man. Like, the physical thing, like, I don't want to be like, I feel like
physically,
it's like, but I feel like you can do something physically and not be emotionally involved.
But listen, if
I know it's fucked up. I know it's kind of weird. I know.
I'm a woman that anything I do physically is emotionally attached. That's me, but I'm not speaking for all women.
all women.
I'm not speaking for all women. For me,
all women, like majority of women, like that.
If Shorty walks out on you and goes sleeps with the next man, because allegedly, let's say allegedly, this is a big alleged, you have a small body. If she's like, fuck you, you're doing it for me emotionally, but it's just small body, right? Like,
Okay.
So I have to walk out on you.
Alright.
So that's considered cheating too, right?
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's not right. If you're leaving.
There's two different.
Yo,
I feel
okay,
like
so you see, come on, see?
Look, I'm in class.
I don't know what y'all are on.
No. It is. Like I said, like I define them. I'm just honestly because I don't like to do that.
My definition of cheating is anything you do, emotionally, physically, texting, whatever, that you cannot tell your partner. I'm very transparent. So how would I'm a person that, like, let's say if I got hit on at the grocery store, like, hey babe, so this happened at the grocery store and we laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't be, if I'm texting somebody, like let's say me and you are friends, but I'm dating him, I'm like, yo, look what Kamal just sent me. Like, I'm not a person that's like, and I have to respect other person's boundaries. Like, he's like, I don't like you texting other niggas. Alright, cool. I'll let him know, yo, this is that, but I'm done. So I'm a person that's very transparent. So, but if I can't.
Off the hop?
Yeah, like, if I am with you.
You've been in a 1 month relationship.
I'm in a 1 month relationship.
And your man's like, yo, I don't want to talk to no next dudes right now.
I never thought about that, but at the same time, if I, I'm saying I've never thought about it like that. Yeah. But with naturally, what I've usually done, yes, I'll stop. Yeah, I have.
Don't give too much men that power.
That's the problem. I have, and it's wrong. That's what I know. I've learned.
Allah, God, the babies have brought us together for us to help.
I have learned that when you show a man that you're willing to give him everything, it's actually very.
You gotta be careful. Like a woman.
It's actually very wrong.
Like a woman.
It's actually very wrong. Because they know they have you and it's over.
Can I come on? He's a bad man. I feel like it's the same thing.
He's a bad man. And it's the same for a woman.
You gotta be careful as a man who you're giving yourself to. It's the same.
I ride from when you're my girl, I'm like, alright, I'm riding. Even if I know you for 2 weeks. Time is nothing when it comes to like connection with a person. You can connect with somebody like this.
Women ain't shit.
And niggas ain't shit. Women and niggas.
Guys don't do that because it's all about the person.
It's all about the person, yo.
Very true.
Yo, it's all about the person.
Very true.
Women ain't shit and men ain't shit.
Very true.
There's shitty people in both spectrums.
Yes, there is.
You want to know what it is? I feel like the ones who are holding it down and the ones who are loyal and the ones who have it together, they're not celebrated in our society
enough.
And the ones who ain't shit, they're the ones who are glorified and put out there.
And all the shorties and all the brothers that hold it down who don't cheat and they long-lasting loving relationship, to you.
Yeah, but I mean, just to wrap it up, again, we were talking about the new year and your goals and things like that. Now we were talking about relationships as well, what days you celebrate. So for the new year, just to wrap it up, what are you guys looking forward to the most for the new year? One thing you're looking forward to the most for 2020.
Cheat on day 2020. Hashtag. I'm joking.
Cheat on day, hashtag 2020.
Nah, seriously, like, what's the one thing you're looking forward to for 2020?
Adventure.
It could either be personal or whatever.
Adventure.
Adventure?
Looking for some adventures.
New relations, friendships, and
I'm with that.
Travels.
Straight.
Arts. Fruition. Things come to fruition.
Yeah,
like, you know, I just want everything that I want this year, or I have opted to like put my energy into this year. I want it to come to fruition, from top to bottom. Whether it's what I'm starting off with at the start of the year, halfway throughout the year, I want to make sure shit gets done this year.
Straight up. For me, to be honest, it's just growing with you all. And it's growing with you guys, seeing how far we can go. Just enjoying the ride. You know, like we're starting a new journey at BTB, and it really is it's growing with you guys, growing with our community, growing with our fans, and
oh shit, you got fans?
You're just creating positive vibes, you know.
Yo, shout out to the fans.
So that's more people watching us on YouTube.
I mean, we answered you.
We see you.
Every
one of you viewers,
every viewer is valuable. We thank you. We appreciate you. And like I said, I'm looking forward to growing with y'all and connecting with y'all in 2020.
Trying to be complacent.
And moving up.
Complacent.
So, is there anything else you guys want to say or add?
I want to be a buster for all of 2020. Let me change my hashtag.
You want to be a buster?
Top buster.
You know what buster's like?
Not a top shot, a top buster.
Come on, anything you want to say to our fans?
Manifest everything you want in this world. I speak to myself in the mirror and I do that every morning. And I believe in that. Like you gotta say what you want. You gotta say it to yourself till you're sick of it. So keep believing in whatever the hell fairy tale you keep telling yourself every night before you go to sleep, because one day it might just be reality. And I'm big on that.
Tell yourself a lie 1,000 times, you start to believe it.
I'm big on that.
Honestly, for me, to my BTB family or the BTB family, our family, don't wait for a moment to do whatever you want to do, man.
That's true.
Go grab it, you know? Life is not promised tomorrow, so just go grab it. Go experience life. Go enjoy it. Go see. Eat. Been somewhere you ever been. Go somewhere you ever been. Eat something you never eat. Talk to somebody you never talked to. You know what I'm saying? We're in a new decade. So just, I don't know, man. Just pay it forward. Have a good life, man. Just enjoy the things and the people around you, because you never know, man. Like,
get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone.
For me, it would literally be 2020. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that tomorrow's promised to you.
Straight up.
And it's like adding on what Tommy said, like tomorrow's not promised. Go out and just every second that you're awake and you're alive, that you have to breathe, just go at it. Go after your dreams. Do whatever it is that you want to do, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Like they haven't been where you're trying to go. Like a hater's job is to hate. Let them hate. Just do you. And just keep it moving.
For me, I want to have another push on just like valuing what 2020 is. This is the start of your chapter for the next decade, and it's like I want to have a decade like Drake, where it's like
Drake run. Okay, we'll give him that. I didn't do it.
You be the best.
I didn't do it.
You be the best version of yourself for that decade. For this decade, I want to own the decade. It's like
straight. You know what? For real. You know what? Drake run.
Do the Drake run.
Drake run. You know what? Drake run.
For those of y'all who aren't Drake fans, just do what LeBron did. Just run the decade.
Run the decade.
Run the decade.
LeBron run.
Dominate.
LeBron run. Whatever you like.
Whoever you like, whoever dominated that decade for you, just do that. And we want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying with us and watching us. We appreciate it. We love y'all. It's your boy Kamal, Camilla, Tommy, EJ, cameraman JC. Shout out to him and for all the work that he does, bro. We appreciate you. We love you.
Thank you to the fans.
Thank you. Yo, again, JC, thank you for putting up with
man, JC, the man behind the camera. Yo, this wouldn't be what it is without all the sauces, man. Been putting on all this, so
shout out Marky Mark.
Shout out to Marky Mark. Shout out couldn't be here, my man. But
shout out to Marky
next
Mark
soon, family.
And again, don't be afraid to hit us up on Instagram at BTB Podcast 416. Hit us up on YouTube at Breaking the Bread Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Like Marky says, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
Hit that bell button.
Also, hit us up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, literally every streaming,
Whole lot of everywhere.
every streaming service that you have.
Totally.
Just hit us up. We love y'all. And have a safe and happy holidays. And also, don't forget to comment, like, share. We want to hear what some of y'all's New Year's goals are, your resolutions, what your plans are.
If you need a mentor.
If you need a mentor, like all of that.
If you think I look, if you
Yes,
think I,
man. Hey, you know what would be a great idea? If you need some accountability,
Yeah,
hit us up on BTB and we'll help with your accountability.
This fraudulent.
Free of charge.
I was just saying that, you know.
We're family, it's mind melding. Mind melding.
and if I look like a caveman yet, comment down below. It's trying to figure out if I should shave.
Give him, you know what? Give him the comment, he needs it. He actually does need the comment.
I need help with my looks.